three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Teaching Crypto. This is AZcrypto, MrFOMO. Big day yesterday for Voyager. We've got some good news. We still have some bad news we need to talk about. So there was a court hearing and a lot was discussed. And by the way, if you could hit that like button and that subscribe button, we would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to earn our way up to 400, 500 viewers, followers as quickly as possible. That would help us out. So the UCC, which is supposed to I guess help us, is telling us that Binance UN's transaction will result in greater recoveries for creditors than a self-liquidation, or the toggle we've been talking about, where Voyager would open up the app, give us what's ever left, and let us go on our merry way and have some closure about this. They claim that, oh boy, one big thing, the 6 months is now between MrFOMO, between getting it to Binance. Let's say that there was a vote on February and this thing went through in March. It would no longer take 6 months anymore. We could get part of our crypto back immediately. And they said they would deliver it weekly. And here's the big one. The toggle will automatically kick in if the Binance transaction cannot close, and Voyager will have the ability to self-liquidate. So my only concern is, does that mean the toggle happens first, we get our stuff, and then they do what they need to do? That's still a little bit unclear. But the UCC is in support of this deal. I'm still very leery of this closing. I know the judge seems to think it'll close, and if he seems to think it'll close, then it probably will. But still some red flags. When SEC, state of Texas, and for now, Binance US seems like they're willing to work together for Binance to at least to have a one-time option of getting customers on and releasing their funds, but still a lot to be worked out. Based on what's happened, I don't think anyone should be 100% believing this is a done deal. By the way, big number. Now recovery could be as high as 57%, depending on the market. So at least a little bit of good news, MrFOMO.
Yeah, and I there's a lot of things kind of floating around out there about the difference between toggling the app and going to Binance. And I heard one influencer, I'm not going to mention any names, but they were talking about how this would affect the market, and that being a reason why you shouldn't toggle the app and you should wait to go to Binance. But to me, there's no difference if you toggle the app and people take their money out or they cash out, or it goes to Binance and people take their money out or they cash out. The result's still the same, right? It's a market sale and it tanks the market for a little bit. But I mean, really, how much of the market are you talking about? And how much of...
Well, let me stop you. Who the hell cares? The market will recover in hours. It's not like Voyager has that much of every single token and alt. That's just the joke. So for that guy to bring it up, give me a break. Now,
yeah, it was just that was the other point too. Is like, why would I care about the broader market? The whole point of investing is to make a better decision than the broader market. And so why would I be worried about what happens to the market?
And we're still in a bear market. So one of the things I wanted to say on the show at some point is, don't get caught up in people screaming, "Oh my God, bull run's back on. We hit 18K today." Guys, it could easily be a trap. I'm going to keep saying this. Do I expect Bitcoin to hit at least 20,000 this year? Absolutely. Do I expect it to touch 25? Quite probably. But be very, very careful of the people that are claiming we're going to go back to 40, 50, 60. I do not see it until the next halving, which is not until 2024, second semester. Still a lot of economic issues going on in the world. I would be very, very hesitant in the Bitcoin cycle. This would not be the cycle where things just go up. It's just not there yet. But you do have a lot of fake outs. So, for example, one of the coins that we told you to really keep a close eye on is Avalanche, and it went up 30%. So if you got Avalanche recently and you're up between 0 and 30%, we're still in the bear, please consider taking some profits. Learn from our mistakes.
And that's something we talked about recently. We talked about, I believe it was Grayscale dumped a lot of AVAX and it caused it to fall a little bit. We said that that's one of the ones we really liked. We said that that's one that's going to be around for the long run and take advantage of it when it dips like that. And if you took advantage of it, party on, way to go. Did I hear a semester in there, AZ? Are you mixing up semester and quarter?
Who knows?
My second quarter.
Well, here's the deal. We're still far away from the Bitcoin halving. That's what I want to say. And I most people that study this still see, and all of the algorithms I've seen is still saying 24 to 25. Now, like I said, could we see 25? Could we see 26 BTC? Possible. Is 18 a bad place to buy in the long run? No, it's not. But just be careful with getting too excited and saying, all right, I'm going all in on Bitcoin right now. And then you're shocked if it gets back down to 15. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, because we're still in a bear market. That's the point I'm trying to make. And we're not one of those shows that's going to just try to get clicks. Maybe we should. We'd have more, maybe easier to get more subs, but we're trying to help out the general public as much as we can. And honestly, we are not in a bull run. We're not close yet.
I
alts go up, but here's the deal. You looked at something like Cardano, which you've talked about a lot in our past over the year. When you saw it at 23, if you said, you know what, 23 cents, how much more down will this thing go? And you bought it, and now it's over 30. Good job. Consider taking some profits. When it goes back again, buy back in. Keep doing so. Now, eventually, assuming there is a next bull run, which I do think, you'll see Cardano go above $1 pretty easily. So again, if you're looking in the long term, still amazing deals to be had as long as you believe in the space. Also remember regulation. We don't know what will and will not be labeled security. So before you go all in on something, please keep that in mind too.
Yeah, and to speak to the bull run mentioned, even in a bull run, the market doesn't go straight up, right? There's huge rises and falls. There's tons of
we had a mini bear in the bull run last time.
And so, even if we were in a bull run, you still should probably consider aggressively taking profits to make sure that you protect some of that.
I did want to go back to Voyager really quickly. Some dates that customers should know about. One is this have to be finalized. It could always change, but according to the judge, when does this finally have to be over so people can get closure?
Well, it's mid-April, but then they have an extension of a month, so really mid-May. There are enough red flags here, legitimate red flags, not the the pretend ones that CZ sometimes referenced or that other people have referenced on their YouTube channels. I mean, legitimate, objections by the Justice Department.
I just would say this: the judge seems set that he wants this to go through. The UCC does. I think for me, I want to know, and this is not answered, what is the actual difference right now between the toggle and the deal? For me, I still think the toggle, getting stuff in customers' hands over weeks versus months, would be best. I get people want as much recovery as possible, but I would like to know what the percentage difference is. We don't know that exactly. It was good that people finally spoke up. So if you took that information from our show or somewhere else, and you were one of the people that spoke up to the judge, thank you very much. I still think it's worth sharing that phone number. So the judge
that's in the description below.
They know that we are still really invested, and just let him know, hey, what we're looking for is closure here. We don't want this to drag on. So again, I'm just going to keep giving this out. The judge's phone number, in case you missed it last time, 212-668-5663. That's 212-668-5663. Doesn't hurt to make your voice heard. You can send an email, but just let him know that we are invested and time is of the essence. Honestly, for me, I know it's not going to happen, but the ideal thing was when FTX didn't go through, they would have toggled, opened up. They said they could have given back between 50 and 60. It would have been over by now or in the process of finalizing. But unfortunately, it's still several months away from closing, even if this deal does go through. So you want to look at April, May, hate to say it, even June-ish. And if you're in Texas, it's still a little bit unclear as to how quickly. And I do think we need to make clear that not all the crypto is going over there at once, because they're worried about Binance possibly, just in case they go under and they go bankrupt, which we don't think is going to happen, but you can't rule it out if you've been following crypto from May. So that's to protect the customers. So then only some of your assets, if you were withdrawing right away, you would withdraw some of your assets, and the rest of your assets would still be stuck in Voyager, and those assets would not be caught up in bankruptcy, and then those would be toggled. Oh my God, what a nightmare.
Right. And there still has to be, there still is a lot of things to be done. There's still rebalancing to be done as well. Voyager got rid of a lot of its Bitcoin, so they're going to have to sell the excess of what they have in other places to make up for the price difference and what they don't have right now. I believe at the snapshot we were at 21, and to be at 17 now is even quite a bit lower.
Well,
so they're going to have to
the
cover
alts
that
go
difference.
up, the more it helps our recovery. So even though they're missing Bitcoin, the alts going up does help. So hopefully the market keeps going up slowly. We'll see. I still think we're in a bear. Maybe we can catch it at the right time and have some good timing. The exact
Yeah, maybe
amount,
the market will go straight up for a while,
exact
and we
amount
can.
is really crazy. We're looking between 51 and 57%. But again, even that 51 is not guaranteed. So just keep that in mind. And then when we do get our funds, we'll have to be really creative, and this show will be part of it. But if you guys could help us out and hit this and share, and if you're a YouTube user without an username, think of joining, hit subscribe. It really helps us out to spread our wings.
Also, YouTube, isn't YouTube getting the NFL ticket next year? So getting involved in YouTube is not a bad idea. Creating an account and having an account.
Well, it's YouTube TV. It is YouTube TV, but
just get used to
I
YouTube
see what
and
you're
create
saying.
an account.
I see
You're going to
what
want the ticket. You're going to want the NFL ticket. You know it.
Well, yes. Well, that's a whole different story. So really quickly, we want to just say this: watch out for FOMOing into Bitcoin if you are trying to make some money quickly this year. I don't think we're anywhere near a bull run. However, it is nice to see BTC getting to 18K, showing some strength. We'll see how long that lasts. Be careful. Do not get caught up in a trap where you go in heavy and then we see ourselves back to 15. Again, do I expect BTC to hit 20K this year? Absolutely. 25 wouldn't even shock me. But the much higher numbers, I think you're waiting until 2024, until the next halving. So keep it here. You never know what could change. I would say keep contacting the judge. For now, it looks like the Binance deal is going to go through. But again, you don't know what objections are going to come up. Binance still being investigated for certain things, including using Binance US money with Binance, their stablecoin working properly, BNB working properly,
And the commingling of funds, the same things that FTX got in trouble for, they're also being investigated.
I'll say this: I think Binance is fine for now. Long term, are they out of the woods? I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
No one ever thought Luna and FTX and Voyager and Celsius were all going to go down. And now you look what's happening with Genesis and Gemini. So be careful out there. If you've gotten some profits, please consider taking them. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. Have a great night.
See you.